Hello, today I'm going to be unboxing the Elgato Stream Deck Plus. Now, this wasn't a freebie, this isn't an advert, I bought this. I've been using a lot of Elgato products in my setup, so I've got an Elgato Wave XLR, an Elgato DX, I actually have another Stream Deck, and basically I wanted this one, particularly because of these dials. So these are things that you can use to obviously set what you want the dials to do, so you can use them to control the volume of different channels and things like that within the Wavelength software. But you can also do a bunch of other fun stuff with them. So I'm going to open this up. I haven't actually opened it up before. This is the first time, the unboxing, if you will. Oh, my hand's shaking there. And there you go. So that's what you get inside. As per usual, they have very fancy packaging where I'm guessing inside there is maybe a cable. Let's have a look. Oh, the next bit of it's quite exciting. Oh no, this is just like the instructions and stuff. So you get like the normal warranty stuff and you get the instruction booklet. I would say normally Elgato stuff is pretty easy to set up because it's normally just one USB cable, which makes it easy. I quite like this. You just see like the dial sticking out because I'm guessing most people who buy this, it is £200 when I bought it. Most people who buy this, like, are going to be buying it for the dial. So it's kind of cool to have those just like sticking out the box ready. So this is the thing. Oh, it's been like covered up because I guess there's a screen there. So you can take this off and there we go. That is the Stream Deck Plus. You can see there it's got the dials. Oh, they've got like, you know when they've got like the little, I don't know if it's a ratchet or what it is, where you can just feel each individual like bit. They don't dial smoothly, so if you want a very specific value for something, I think that could be quite useful. It's also got a screen here. That screen can be customized, so you can use it again to show information like the volume of things or what channel each dial is associated with, or you could show other stuff, I'm assuming, in there as well. So, in the rest of the box, one thing that I'm very excited about of this, and something that I've been asking for a while with Elgato products, is a USB cable, and you might notice this is not attached to the Stream Deck Plus already. So one problem with the older Stream Decks is that their USB cables are sort of inbuilt into them. And that means if anything goes wrong with the cable, you have to buy a new Stream Deck, like it's done for. Also, if you want to change your setup, like I just got rid of a Stream Deck Mini to put this in, then I had to unplug the entire thing. Whereas if I wanted to replace this with something, then all I need to do is take this out and then plug something else in with the USB-C cable that could already be done with my cable routing and everything like that. So that's really, really exciting, but I think this is a lovely piece of kit and I can't wait to see what it can do. So I've got my Stream Deck Plus all set up now. I've actually used it for a couple of streams and while I was editing a video, so I've got a chance to get to grips with it, and let's talk you through just how I've got it set up. So I've got here two buttons over here which are just for OBS on my gaming PC. So it's got a record button and a screenshot button in case something cool happens in a game and I want a thumbnail, I can just press that. Then I've got a button to actually load OBS on my gaming PC because loads of times I'll start streaming and then suddenly think, oh no, I can't take screenshots, and it's because I haven't loaded OBS, so I can do that. I've got a wavelength button here that lets me change my monitoring device between headset, so I can hear it in my headphones, or I can change it to my desk speakers when I just, I'm editing and stuff like that. I can use that. Then I've also got a couple of buttons that I can use for Discord, so I can mute or deafen myself if I want to. So maybe I'm watching a cutscene or I'm just talking to chat. I can deafen myself, so then we don't have to have the conversations in the background. Then I've got a button to join my Discord channel that I use while I'm streaming. So that's useful if I think I'm going to be playing by myself, but then someone hops on, I can just press that button, immediately join it without having to Alt-Tab out. And then I've also got a button here that lets me choose on Discord whether I want to be on push to talk or I want to be on voice activity. If I'm playing my friends, normally I'm just on voice activity, so they can hear everything I'm saying and I don't have to keep using my foot pedal. But then sometimes if I'm playing with other streamers, I want to use push to talk so they're not hearing me talk to stream, so I can just switch that on. That's actually not a kind of plug-in type thing. That's just a hotkey switch that I've created using the Stream Deck software, so it uses the hotkey that's connected to Discord. Then you can see here I've got my actual screen. The screen shows me all of the different volume levels for all the different things, and I can switch between them. So say this is my voice chat one, the one that's connected to my Discord channel. I can choose just by pressing the switch in, do I want to control the volume for both my monitoring and the stream, or do I want to do it just for my monitoring, or do I want to do it just for the stream? And then with any of these, if I just tap the screen, then I can mute just that particular channel. So just tapping it there, I've now muted it so my stream won't be able to hear Discord, but I still can. And then I can tap it to unmute if I want to. So I've got it set up so I've got my system sounds, which is basically all of the main sounds come out of my PC, normally the gaming audio. I've got Discord on this one, and then on this one I've got something that's called Game, but it's actually the voice chat for things like Call of Duty. So proxy chat basically is what I use that for. That's very handy to be able to very, very quickly just tap that and mute it, which means then if someone's being offensive on there, I can get rid of it quickly. Then I've also got my alerts on my gaming PC, so if I want to get rid of those, I can just tap that and get rid of it. Or if I want to be able to hear it, I can, obviously turn it up if I need to be able to hear my alerts a little bit better. It's quite handy if something's happening where there's like loads of alerts, which is brilliant, loads of people donating, loads of people subscribing. It can be something where the alerts go on for quite a long time, so sometimes you just want to like turn them down a little bit. Now, one really nice thing about Stream Deck Plus is to get to another page within your Stream Deck, you don't need to have a dedicated button to a page switch. Instead, you can just swipe, and then that will change it to a different thing. So here I've got some of my DaVinci commands that I've started using where I can link all the clips pressing that one, or I can copy the attributes onto a different clip by pressing this one. And then I've also got some separate volume controls just for my browser and for Spotify if I want to do that. Now, all of this stuff is kind of scratching the surface of what I can do with the Stream Deck Plus, but that's actually one of the drawbacks. I've found that when I've been looking through the software, and I can quickly show you the software now. So this is the Stream Deck software, sorry. When I go to the dial controls over on the side here, there's not actually that many different things you can do with the dials. So I thought there'd be tons of stuff like being able to control maybe like things to do with my monitor and Windows, like the brightness of the screen and stuff like that. Or maybe even being able to control lots and lots of different things in Discord, or use it for something like DaVinci Resolve, being able to scrub backwards and forwards through something. But it doesn't seem like there's that many plugins that use the dials yet. It doesn't seem like there's too many things that, the dials have this really nice feature where you can just kind of move them by one little notch at a time. You can feel each notch. That seems like something like maybe you could switch through the profiles using it or something like that. But that doesn't seem to be the case yet. It's pretty much just for maybe the lighting for anything that uses Elgato, like Elgato key lights and stuff like that, and the brightness of the Stream Deck itself, and then just audio things. So being able to switch it to the audio of all different things. Now, there are lots of cool things about this. You can change what pressing in the button does, whether you want that to mute something or you want that to actually have some sort of different function. That's very easy to do. You can change the background colors of the screens and stuff like that. So if you click on a bit of the screen and you just drop down here, you can choose to make a new background just by putting an image in. That's very cool. I like all of that sort of stuff. In general, though, it is just a Stream Deck. If you've used a Stream Deck before, you'll be pretty much aware of what it is. The big thing is having those physical dials for audio channels. If that's valuable to you, then this is going to be absolutely awesome. It is still very pricey, but all Stream Decks are very pricey. £200 to have 4 dials is pretty expensive. But then if you think something like the Go XLR, which obviously has the sliders for audio channels, one thing that this has over that is that you can very, very quickly, while playing a game, change what each of those dials do. So if you're the sort of person who has a million different voice channels, a million different audio channels going on, maybe use lots of sound effects and stuff like that, then you can switch between these very quickly. I quite like being able to just touch in the dial and then being able to choose whether I'm going to be just changing the volume of the monitor mix, or whether it's the stream mix, or whether it's both, and then being able to mute all those individually while I'm playing the game. That's super useful to me. So if you have any other questions about the Stream Deck Plus, if you want to know anything else about this piece of hardware, please let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. But so far, it's done exactly what I've wanted. There's maybe not as much scope for doing loads of interesting stuff with the dials that I expected from this, but maybe that'll come in the future. This is still a fairly new piece of kit. But thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. This is a new channel, so it helps me out a bunch. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.